What's up, everyone? I'm back again, and I'm with another video. Finally, it's past 2 weeks now, and I'm going to talk about my fifth grade story, which was around 2010 and 2011 school year, and it was really, really good. It was a lot of fun stuff we did, and what happened was it all started on middle of August 2010. After the summer, we headed off to the elementary school, but this time I had to go to another elementary school because what happened was what happened was uh, we, they didn't want me in the they didn't want me at Fairview anymore, so they shipped me off to Gary Gore, and it was right by Northview, not too far from Northview. And I went there for the first day, and me and my other friend too, and I saw all my friends again that I haven't seen in like a year, actually 2 years. And and I was in this huge class. It was this large classroom. It was really big. So, and I don't remember what else happened on the first day. Anyways, a month later, in September, I was going to the bathroom and all of that, and also describing the school, describing the Gore School. It was very small. It was a very small school, elementary school. It was not like Fairview. It was not like Fairview at all. It was definitely not like Northview either. It was a small school. It only had grades up to fifth and sixth, no fourth grade. It had a basketball hoop, like down on the side of the school, down the hill, and near this building. And this elementary didn't have no playgrounds, nowhere. It had no playgrounds, and how many kids housed was 200 students. That's about it. And what happened? Anyways, a month later, I was like going to the bathroom and all of that, and I accidentally went into the girls' bathroom without knowing it. And what happened is I used it and all of that. I used it, and no one was around. I'm surprised no one's around. I was lucky, or they're just gonna. I'm just gonna have to hear it. And I walked out, and I looked at the sign, and saw the girls' bathroom. I was so lucky no one was in there or anything like that, or I would just have to hear them complaining and all that other stuff. Uh, then after that, somewhere around uh, somewhere around September, I went to, I was with this huge class that I was in, and something happened. I snitched on somebody and all of that, and they couldn't tell who's the girl and all of that. And then they found the girl. Then after that, I didn't snitch no more. And after that, I really didn't snitch no more. And it continues to this day. I still didn't snitch. I still don't snitch on nobody. Uh, well, well, after that, October came. October came. I don't even remember what happened in October 2010. Let me just check here. I'm going to check in here. Uh, Oh wait, in October, my friend was dealing with this other girl. She didn't like this other girl, and they were having problems with each other. And also but, but this person she was arguing, we became friends after that. But she betrayed me the moment I got to high school. And then after that, November came, and some new kids came. Some new kids came. I'm not going to say their names are, but uh, one, like there was this short girl, this tall guy, and these other students, and some of the other students. But they had, but I wanted to be friends with them, but they never really liked me for some reason. They never liked me and all of that. So I just didn't become friends with them or anything. Oh, now I remember. I'm definitely going to talk about that. It just came to me, but I'm not going to talk about that later until like later on in the video. Hope I just don't lose it. But it happened during like May or March 2011 somewhere. Uh, then after that, I and after that later on in November, I was constantly getting harassed by this other student, this other girl, and this other girl, I guess. But she wasn't harassing me. She was not harassing me though. A few times she would, but most times she wasn't. So so this other girl was harassing me, all of that. Every time I sat down at her table, she always harasses me and stuff. You always harass me. But it's, and it continued throughout the year. It just continued throughout the year. It didn't stop. I tell her just don't do this, don't do that, and all that. I just want to hear it. Uh, then January came. January came. I came back to school after our winter break because I went out of town. I went out of town, and uh, during January, I think we went on a skating field trip in Florissant, north of St. Louis. It's really north of St. Louis. We went there, and the place is still there to this day. It was not gone. We went there and we skate. We had a good time. After this, what happened was a month later in February, we went to we went to the movies. The whole the school the whole school went to the movies, and we went to see the Green Hornet, which was this like action movie. It was this action movie and all of that. And and it was this about this guy with the Green Hornet with his assistant battling all criminals. And they never made another one. They never made another one. They never made another one at all. Because I was expecting them to make another one because of that ending. It looked like it was going to be another one. But anyways, I didn't know what the audience was like, unlike the summer camp ones, how their audience was like. I didn't pay attention to that for some reason. I should have, but kind of wouldn't matter now. For for some reason, I'm just thinking that. I don't know why. Then after that experience, a few weeks later, we had like we got some skates in our gym class, and we skate around and all that. And this girl kept harassing me like everywhere I go, which why I talked about like the same girl I talked about a little earlier. She kept harassing me and stuff like that in gym because we both had gym class together. And then after that, what happened was March came. It was, and I turned like 12 years old or so. 12 years old. I celebrated, and and shortly after that, the school wanted me to do student council, and I joined them. I joined them for student council because I wouldn't mind doing it. I joined student council. It was a good experience. A really good experience. And this is just the part I remembered earlier in the video because I totally forgot about it. I totally forgot about I did it. Student council in fifth grade. And the student council was filled with some people that I didn't like and stuff like that. And we weren't popular or anything like that. Unlike we were not a popular group or anything like that. Unlike the high school, like and all of that. And and I stayed with them for 2 months. I stayed with them 2 months until the end of the year. Then after that, May came. About May, uh, around May somewhere, around May, what happened was we had to like a lot of stuff went on in May. So first off, we went to the city museum at the aquarium, but and at the time there was no huge aquarium here like it was in Chicago and New York or so. And so and it was like a small. It didn't even look like an aquarium though. It looked like a fish store, and it looked and it was a pretty bad trip. It was a pretty bad trip for me. Everyone else kind of liked it, but I didn't like it though because I was not a fan of the aquarium, how it looked and all of that. It was just too small. It looked like a store, like a pet store or something. It basically looked like a pet store. It's one of those pet shops you go to check out for dogs or get a fish or get any other animal. That's what it looked like. And I wanted to see a big aquarium. I was expecting a big aquarium like the ones in Chicago, but it didn't happen. But however, it wouldn't happen until like 9 years later when I'm out of school or so. When I graduated from high school, they built a new aquarium. Around 2 years ago, they built one at the Union Station. It's pretty huge. It's a pretty huge aquarium. It looked like an actual aquarium in Chicago, like in Chicago and New York. So, we went to Adventure Day again, and what happened on Adventure Day was we went over to we went on the whole school went, and we went to like all the way Interstate 44, and we went out of St. Louis into the mountains. But however, the school bus driver they went up too far. They went way too far, all the way in another town somewhere in Eureka, which is outside of St. Louis. And I remember the school bus almost flipped over on his side near this edge. It looked like it was going to flip on his side and stuff like that. And I'm shocked, like no one remembered that. I'm surprised no one remembered it. And I was not on that bus though. I was on another bus because they had two buses for the school. They had two or three buses for the school. So, uh, so shocked that no one talked about this in the future, like when I'm in middle school or even in sixth grade. No one talked about it. It's like no one remembered it. I would never forget if I had an experience like that when a bus gets turned over near this cliff out somewhere. And we were in the mountains too. We were in the Ozark Mountains. And what else is we went near Eureka and we had to turn around and we finally found the place. So we got all out and what happened next is we got into our groups to be with and we headed out and we went across the creek and I remember some classes group they went across this creek. I saw them go across this creek and they fell in the water. All the kids fell in the water. All of them. Not one or two. All of them fell in the water. The whole group fell in the water. And then after that, they got. I went across the creek, and they went across the creek in Norway, and we ended up like going to this place. Like there was like events going on. Like we there was like a place that we, I was checking outside. I was we do that crack that we had in the door because I think I heard something, but I didn't. Anyways, we headed first place we headed to was this place that we had to like tie ourselves or something, tie ourselves our legs to each other. I forgot the game was called, but I saw it like a month almost. Oh, great! And we saw I saw it a month ago in the video. Something came in my head again. That would cause me off guard. Yes. Anyways, we tied our legs and it didn't go well. Anyways, actually, actually, I'm going to not talk about that. Uh, after that, we went to like this maze somewhere. We went to this maze and we were trying to get out this huge maze. It was a huge maze and we all the kids were running through and trying to get out. And and I ran through the maze. I was trying to get out and all of that. And it took me a while to get out. I had no trouble getting out. So anyways, after after the Adventure Day field trip, we went back to the school. We stayed there from 10 to 3 o'clock or so. Then after that, we went to another place, this parking lot somewhere, and we like stayed over at the school. The school went over there, and we like stayed over there for a little while. We just the kids played basketball. Most of them just ran. Most of them just walked around. I pretty much walked around this huge hill and stand up where a lot of other friends were. And, and we just saw the view of the place. After that, we went back to the school. After that, after that, we went to the Sculpture Park place. Like a couple days later, we had another field trip. And we had another field trip. What happened on that one? It was the Sculpture Park on the south side, southwest side of St. Louis, in Kirkwood. And we were supposed to like, and and we were going to go there to see the sculptures and all of that. So the school went. I think only sixth graders, only the fifth graders went, and we went there. We had a good time. We saw all the huge sculptures. The sculptures looked amazing, and we went to like I went to this to see these, and we went to the forest. We went to the forest trails and stuff. After that, we went back to school. Next was the end of the school year. In the end of the school year, like we just watched like a Cornel and Bernie cartoon again. We did in fourth grade, and everyone had a good time. And also, I just remember now, I think that it happened in March or something that this girl that they talked that the teacher and the kids talked about Fairview and saying how bad it was. Like there's people that steal in Fairview and there are fights there and all of that. But I wouldn't think it was a bad place because I came from Fairview. It wasn't that bad. But anyways, it was the end of the school year. It was the last day of school, and that's all we did. And after that, our parents picked us up, and we went home, and I went home. And I was thinking about the summer and what will happen in the summer and what's going to happen in sixth grade. So that's it. Like and subscribe to my channel where I post like 2 weeks, like every now, like every video 2 weeks or anytime I want to, anytime. So I can post anytime I want to. It's not even 2 weeks. I can post anytime I want to. So goodbye.